All right, here we go. We are here in Tianjin, and this is the next round of the Chinese FA Cup. And Tianjin doesn't have very good form here recently, so let's see if we can go and take advantage of that. We have, as you can see, 4 big players playing up there up front, and a team that looks pretty good, at least on paper. We do have Li Changyi back there in goal, so we'll see how that one works out. Tianjin is not quite the same city as Suzhou. It's a little bit grimier, a little bit dirtier, and fortunately, I guess, for us here in Football Manager, you won't get that sort of mist and pollution and that sort of mess that you would get if you were going to the city to play this match in real life. Brefo with a good defensive play back to Paulson, and we win the ball back right there very, very early on. Less than 7,000 people here in attendance in Tianjin, which shows that they are not having the best of times this season. About 5 minutes in as we get to this highlight, and we're running after the ball here. Let's see if we can get a foot on it somewhere. And it's going to be a Brefo again, winning the ball back. That's why he's starting over to Jubin, who takes a shot, and that one ends up going over the goal. But not a bad thought at all. We have Jubin in there instead of Jakob Dekoing, who the computer wanted me to put in. I think that Jubin is probably a better player here in this situation. A Brefo here on the side. And he knocks a shot in, of all things, and unfortunately we're not able to get that rebound. And now let's get back on defense, guys. It's Wade there with the big stop as we are able to prevent that shot from getting anywhere near goal. It's not even 10 minutes into this match. Looking for Mwanta is Jubin, can't quite find him. Victor back to Jubin, over to Wade. Wade knocks it back to Kashin. We'll slow it up a little bit, and that's the end of that highlight. We slowed it up a little bit too much, I think. And 26 degrees here in Tianjin, which is kind of unusual temperature there for that part of the world in early November. Brefo with it now over to Delphi. And you have to remember, we had a home game just a couple days before this in Yanbian that was like -5. Delphi back and forward to Rovaglia. What happened to the defense on that one? He's got to be onside. What happened to the defense? That was really weird. I thought they got rid of those types of plays. I mean, the defenders just totally give up on this one. I mean, we'll take it. But so you look at this ball is with Delphi, and he just sort of knocks this up. It goes up forward, and you have 2 defenders, and this guy right here is just sort of walking backwards. I mean, that's pretty unusual. I guess maybe they thought that it was offside. I don't know. But when you look at this, I mean, he's just barely onside. That's a close call. Anyway, we kind of flipped that one up forward, and Rovaglia gets the goal. It's 1-0 Yanbian, and it's against the run of plays. You can see we're not getting much of the possession here at all. We are completing our passes, which is good, but we're kind of letting them have the advantage in terms of holding the ball. Victor back to Li Changyi, back to Victor again, over to Wade. Wade with it now, forward looking for Jubin, finds him, and he looks forward to Mwanta. Mwanta looks over to Delphi, and he's always going to score that. And I was about to say, this is one of the advantages we have from having the offensive setup that we have here, because with Delphi on that right wing, I mean, he's as good as a striker, and so you can, put all of your focus on our 2 strikers, and it's not going to make much of a difference. Great ball forward looking for Mwanta, as you can see, and this pass backwards to Delphi. I mean, they just have to kind of pull everybody further back if they want to prevent that from happening. 2-0 Yanbian FC here in the early going, and once again, we're in the driver's seat. How about that? It's going to be a throw here for Tianjin, and the thing is that time is not quite passing as fast as we would like it to, and this is kind of an evidence of the strength that they have. Victor, though, able to win that ball off again. Back to Kashin and over to Wade, back to Jubin now. Jubin looks backwards to Wade now. Wade runs it forward. His pass looks for Rovaglia. It ends up being intercepted, but Delphi gets it over to Brefo. Brefo is forward looking for Rovaglia, but can't quite find him. There was a defender back that time, and Mwanta has a shot on goal that is knocked out, I suppose. I didn't see who knocked that one out. Brefo here now with the corner. Looks forward over to, I'm not sure who that was, but it was the Tianjin defender who got a head onto the top of that one. And that is back out, and we have a throw in here for Tianjin. And let's see if we can get this ball off of them here. They've had a lot of possession, but it looks like they've had a lot of it in their own half. I mean, we're more than happy to let them kick the ball around their own half all day long if they want, especially when we have a 2-0 lead. And we are looking to put that press on the right moment. And it's just not worked. But Paulson able to get back onto that one, is up with Mwanta over to Jubin, and there's that fast break again. Rovaglia. Pietro has to score that one, man. How did he miss that one? He had point blank range, and he always scores that one. But there, he just got a little bit too excited. I think he got too much toe on that, it looks like. And it's a little bit of a shame, but that's kind of the way I guess this match has been going. They hold on to the ball, they hold on to it, and then we get it back and we just counterattack immediately. And let's do it again. Jubin over to Mwanta, now over to Wade. Wade, and he's going to take it forward now. Passes up, looking for Delphi, finds him. Delphi barely able to keep it in bounds, over to Lavia. Romeo now over to Brefa. Brefa finds Delphi, and he's going to cross it, baby, cross it, and there's the cross over to Mwanta for the goal. 3-0 Yanbian FC. It's as easy as that. You want to know how to win at football? That's how you win at football. And Delphi, I kind of wish that he had crossed that a little bit earlier because he had a man here early. When we take a look at this replay, so he gets the ball in this position. He's got 1-2 guys right there, and instead he takes a step back and then finds Mwanta there at the back. So that shows you kind of how well we're playing here when we have a potential for about 3 or 4 guys to score on plays like that. We'll take it, and 35 minutes in, we're up 3-0, and this is starting to look like a rout, even though we don't have the ball in possession. This is why we don't play possession-based football. We want to play winning football. That's the way you do it. We want football where we score a lot of goals. Paulson heads that one back to Li Changyi, who catches it. Over to Victor, to Wade, then to Kashin, over to Lavia now. Lavia down to Delphi. Delphi looks forward, just cannot find Mwanta. Rovaglia, though, gets back onto it, and then it's back with Mwanta, back to Lavia, over to Wade. Wade finds Delphi. Delphi in traffic and decides to kick a shot in anyway. That's knocked out for a corner. Lots of traffic around Delphi. You can tell that they are trying to key in on some of our big offensive players. The corner is up for Kashin, and he's just not quite tall enough to get ahead onto that one, but it was a good start. Kashin, once again, not exactly having the best of times out there. I'm not sure what he needs to do to get a good rating. He's had good ratings in some matches and poor ratings in others, but we tend to win when he's in, so we'll keep him in. Delphi over to Lavia, down to Abrefa. Abrefa takes it up himself and finds Lavia. Lavia with the pass over to Wade. Wade takes a shot and should have done a little bit better with that shot from that range. Pretty good angle on it as well. He just sort of fanned on it. Lavia here with the excellent pass for Wade, and I don't know. We probably need to get him to work on that weaker foot. I think that's what would help us there. And we are dominating. We're playing fairly well so far in this one. Lavia has it, takes it forward, shakes his man. A little bit of a move there, knocks it up for Delphi, and he gets just a little weak header onto it, and that wasn't much of a cross. I got to blame the cross on that one, but we'll take it. 3-0 Yanbian FC. We are happy with the number of shots. We do have to make sure we pay attention to fitness levels. It looks like we're doing all right. A little bit concerned about Jubin, but we're going to let him stay in there because he's playing well. And we're not quite as tired as I thought we would be. Last season, whenever we play these Chinese FA Cup matches, we would be absolutely wasted after a couple minutes. Delphi over to Abrefa. Abrefa takes it forward himself, back to Lavia now. Lavia, and he tries to knock it back to Abrefa. It doesn't quite work, but Kashin's able to get ahead on it, back to Wade, and it goes back to Paulson. And that's going to be the end of that highlight. And we still don't have even 40% of the possession of this game, but it's all right. We kind of let them have the advantage, let them be the dominant team, and then whenever they give us the ball, we just attack and score. So, we can live with that, absolutely. And we'll just sit back and wait here. Jubin looks like he may need to come out soon. Probably won't see this game out. Lavia with the shot on goal from that free kick, and that one ends up going harmlessly out of play, unfortunately for us. It's a throw-in here for Tianjin, who must be furious to try to figure out why they don't have any offense in this game. It's back forward with Rovaglia over to Mwanta now. Mwanta over to Jubin. You can see, look at all those Tianjin players playing back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. That's what happens when you play against this offense. Kashin over to Lavia to Wade. Wade looks forward and just cannot thread that needle looking for Rovaglia. And it's back to... is back with Tianjin, actually. I was about to say I thought we were going to win the ball. Lavia does win it, though, with a head of steam. And he's going to cross from here. There comes that cross, and looking for Delphi, can't quite find him. Joao Victor has it from range, and he finds Rovaglia there, who gets a head on it. And, man, that's playing those angles. Wow. Here comes the corner from Joao Victor, and we look like we might be able to score here. And Kashin, once again, just can't quite get that head onto it. And this one is knocked back, but only as far as Mwanta, and the highlight ends. That was a great cross, but Andahar just barely able to get onto that one to knock it the other way. And then this cross was just amazing. And I think that was going to hit the bar pretty much no matter what, or probably wasn't going to get the right angle to go in, but not a bad movement at all. Mwanta now down to Victor. Victor looks forward, finds Jubin over to Mwanta. Someone's offside. one of those two is offside. Yeah, Jubian was offside, and that probably tells us here that it's probably time to make a couple of quick changes. We're going to put Eng back on. Let's see who else is really tired. Delphi, who's played really well. We're going to put Gustafsson on because he is an excellent player. And we will put Park Myung-sung on there. And let's see. I think we'll put Lee Jin-young on here as well. That will be one for the ladies, and that'll see out the last 15 minutes of this match. I don't think we're going to give up 4 goals in 15 minutes here. They only have a single shot, which wasn't on target, which is pretty nice considering that this is a Chinese Super League side. Wade gets it from Kashin over to Victor. Victor now takes it up himself and takes it back himself, and then gets the little cross into Gustafsson, and his header is... it's got a good angle on it, but it's just not got the right ferocity on it to score a goal. And Victor also looks like he's tiring, and so we'll take him off just for the last couple of minutes. I mean, I don't even know if this matters or not. We'll put Ployman on. We've been pretty happy with how Ployman's been playing recently, so let's give him a couple minutes in this key match. And finally, the change is made. And Fang Jingqi, the Tianjin goaltender, now kicks this one forward, and Kaishin's able to go back and get ahead on it over to Wade, to Mwanta down to Dicko Eng, and he gives it right back to Mwanta, and there's going to be a goal. And there it is, and that's number 2 for Sufanat today, and that makes it 4-0 Yanbian FC. And man, there's your give and go. Man, this is just incredible. Look at this. Knocks it back to Dicko Eng. He says, here you go, give it right back to you. And Mwanta has the speed to run past everybody and then just lobs the keeper. And you just can't stop it. You can't stop this guy, man. Amazing, amazing, amazing goal. And hope we can hold on to Mwanta for a long time to come, but I don't know if we'll be able to. Last time we had contract renewal talks, he wanted to get a pretty high release clause, or pretty low, I should say, release clause, and so I just terminated them. We'll see what happens. Park Myung-sung with an over to Lee Jin-young, and this one is taken off by the Tianjin defender, but Ployman able to get onto it, and it goes back to Kashin over to Paulson. This match is going to end here. It's going to be a 4-0 Yanbian win. Lee Jin-young back to Paulson. Paulson walks it up over to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung takes it forward a little bit. Still Park Myung-sung looks and finds, just misses finding Gustafsson. And that is the end. That is all she wrote. 4-0 Yanbian FC with the win. Every time I think it's a big match, we end up dominating. Every time I think it's a nothing match, then we end up struggling. But in this one, we dominated. 4-0 Yanbian FC with a win over Tianjin, despite having less than 40% of the possession. The board wants me to have a lot of possession, but I'd rather win matches. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you then. Bye.